found that with depression, one of the most important things you could realize is that you're not alone. You're not the first to go through it. You're not going to be the last to go through it. And oftentimes it happens. You feel like you're alone, and you feel like it's only you, and you're in your bubble. And I wish I had someone at that time who could just pull me aside and, hey, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. So I wish I knew that. Just got to remember. Hold on to that fundamental quality of faith. Have faith that on the other side of your pain is something good.
Enough with the BS Pod. You are rocking with the best. Rocking with the welcome to the best. Rocking with the best. Rocking with the welcome to the best. Rocking with the best.
Welcome back to the best 1 hour of your week. Thank you for listening. However, wherever you may be listening, whether it's iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Play, or the X Squad. My name is Tyler Butler. This here to the right is my right-hand man, Josh Smith.
Yes, sir.
And you are now rocking with the best, which is enough, with the BS Podcast. Well, it's finally here. I'm a little nervous about this, but I got to get it out. A lot of people have definitely been anticipating this show. I've been receiving a lot of questions about what people want to hear about this episode. And I'm not going to lie, I'm nervous as hell right now, but I'm going to get it out. We definitely going to have the show. I mean, that's what Enough with the BS Podcast is all about. We're not going to run away for anything. I'm going to have it. But today's show is going to be another deep one. This time it's going to be a little personal as we dive into an issue that today's society don't really want to talk about. That's mental illness. As always, before we dive into the show, Jay, we took a couple of weeks off. How's it been?
It was good before the tournament started. Arizona ruining my bracket. And the University of Maryland, Baltimore County Golden Retrievers.
Is that
What is that at? Yeah, it's like a mean-looking golden retriever. And they're called the Retrievers. It looks like the Maryland logo, but it's instead of a turtle, it's a mean golden retriever.
I thought golden retrievers was like some of the nicest dogs.
This one's mean.
This is the mean one, okay.
This one's mean. Yes, Virginia.
Wow.
Ashton Cavaliers. This is a mean attack golden retriever.
North Carolina getting waxed right now.
But the Blue Devils are still in it.
And see,
My pick for the national title.
this is just horrible timing. We're having an episode about depression, and my Tar Heels are getting waxed, and Duke is still in the tournament. Just horrible timing.
Hey, we'll get it together, okay?
Yeah, we'll get it together. And I mean, Arizona.
I don't know what they're doing.
How do you pay this Negro $100,000 and you lose in the first round?
Not getting your money worth.
Yeah, I would demand a refund. I would go to his mama house and be like, no, you are evicted. I am not paying for this mortgage this
We'll
month.
pay you back next year. Give us about 3 months. We'll pay you
First
back.
round elimination.
And
And
Jay Billis, if I ever see you, I'm going to smack you in the face. The only reason I picked Arizona is because you talking about DeAndre Ayton is Wilt Chamberlain. And I'm like, oh, ain't no Wilt Chamberlain's in the tournament. Let me take them to the title game. And I watched them all year. They were struggling.
bro, wait, just Jay Billis, man. I heard people saying this dude was Patrick Ewing, and I'm like, man, okay. He does look like Patrick Ewing.
I'm like,
15 freaking points in the tournament. But we're not going to play around a lot today. It's going to be a very, very, very serious episode, in depth, about mental illness. And I'm going to give you guys my own personal story. If we have time, good colleague of mine, Mike Venditti. We're going to bring him in and let him share his personal story as well. Let's get right into it. Mental illness, man. It can be looked at many different ways, really. But before we give the actual definition, Jay, what is your perception of mental illness?
I think it's something everybody probably deals with to a certain degree. Some people deal with it more or often, than others. But like you said, a lot of people don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. Now it's a taboo topic for some odd reason. And there's many different types. Because I think, one of the common mistakes we make as a society is we lump them all up together. Mm-hmm. And, I'm going to break down the difference. But you got your most common, which is clinical depression. That's feeling of sadness or lack of interest. Anxiety, which is a lot of people cope with that. They worry a lot. You got bipolar. That's mood swings. Dementia. Attention deficit. Autism. And the one, as Americans can deal with the most with our military is post-traumatic stress disorder, otherwise known as PTSD. Mm-hmm. We hit it a lot with our military members. They go to war. Who knows what they see overseas? Yeah. And they come home and have a lot of nightmares. My dad, as a matter of fact, suffers with that to the point where he has some pretty traumatic nightmares in the middle of the night. Some scary stuff. But what upsets me is people take the term mental illness and they lump it with the term crazy.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference in the two, man. I mean, and it's almost every time, and Jay, I want you to chime in on this. Anytime there's a school shooting,
yeah,
or something of that nature, the person is all of a sudden mentally ill.
Yeah.
Instead of the term crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a little different. I mean, think about it, guys. And unfortunately, if somebody comes in from another country and commits a murder, they're terrorists.
Yeah, that's true.
But if it's one of us within the country,
yeah, something wrong with them.
Yeah, they suffer from mental illness. But people who are mentally ill are not crazy. And I just want, you guys to really they're not crazy. They need some help. And that is what I believe that this country it seems to turn their back on the most. But before I further indulge, man, what is your take on that?
Oh, but just the school shooting stuff?
Or just people lumping mental illness and craziness in the same
like
boat.
You said, people do that a lot. Like, that's why a lot of people don't want to talk about it. Because if you say you have some type of, problem, or if you're coping with some, people are just going to automatically think you're crazy. And you get this stigma, about you. And that's what a lot of people, might as well just not deal with it or tell a lot of people because they don't want that, following them. Just like, it's like the Me Too movement with the rapes and stuff. And,
right.
People don't want to talk about certain things, so they just bottle it in. And eventually, it kind of festers and it comes out, the wrong way a lot of times. But like you said, man, you got to talk about it, and we got to lose this stigma as a society, just calling people crazy because they deal with some type of issue.
Look, and guys, and I'm telling you, there's a difference. Mentally ill needs help, and they can get help, which we'll get into that a little later. When I think of crazy, I think of a Dylan Roof.
Yeah, now some people are crazy. Yeah, like we can't. Yeah, some people are just flat out crazy.
If you want to keep it within the sports realm, Greg Hardy.
Okay.
The fool dumped the girl on the bed of leaves. If you want to take it to another level and keep it with sports, just last week, and I don't know if you've seen this, Orange Julius Simpson came out with a new documentary about how he would have killed his ex-wife.
If I did it.
Yeah, if I did it. But he, out of nowhere, came up with this character called Charles. And Charles supposedly killed the two.
Okay,
And he
Charles.
grabbed a knife from Charles, and if you guys are not familiar, it was a documentary on Fox.
Sit down, OJ. Stop it.
That's crazy, though.
Yeah, some
Like,
people
that's
are-
not mentally ill.
No, and I think that's another like you can't just like use it as an excuse. Like, oh, he's just crazy or something's wrong with him. I think people do that a lot as well too. Like you said with the school shootings, they're like, oh, he's just crazy. But like you said, if it's someone else, they're terrorists, they're this, they're thugs, they're that, whatever. You know, so it's a lot of stuff that just involves that needs to be changed and needs to have a conversation about.
Now, see, now in OJ,
This guy.
a lot of people, well, yeah, it's fool.
Yeah.
People tie into what he has, which is the brain injuries that CTE.
Yeah.
I forgot the terminology and the breakdown of CTE, but if you guys are not familiar, a lot of NFL players are suffering from CTE, where they're suffering from memory loss, and they're blaming a lot of their
Try to do that.
chaotic actions
Hernandez.
on CTE. Yeah, Aaron Hernandez,
Yeah,
tight end
yeah.
from the New England Patriots,
He's
killed
just
someone.
an evil person. I mean, it's just
It's crazy.
exactly. It's just evil.
That's the difference.
You're right.
Aaron Hernandez, I don't want to hear him, Dylan Roof, the fool from Florida, the other fool from Florida that shot up the nightclub.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear
folks,
anything
yeah.
about they having mental illness.
They're just crazy.
Oh, they're freaking evil.
Exactly.
Orange Julius said he still goes out to Nicole's graves and yells at the grave.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
crazy. Yeah, he's crazy.
So how you gonna leave these kids without a mama? Like,
Why you make me do this?
you made me do this.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what I'm
Yeah.
sure exactly what.
I was walking through the back alley, me and Charles, and then this guy jumped out doing some karate stuff, and I was like, "You gonna kick my ass?" I'll tell you what you're talking about.
Really?
What-
I
what
gotta
are
see
you
that. I gotta see that.
You have to see this doc. Do you have Hulu? Oh, you got Charter.
Yeah.
Go to Fox on Demand.
Okay.
It's
Check that out.
it's interesting. I recommend anybody watch that because you'll sit back and be like, "This dude is a fool."
Yeah, he's crazy.
But see, that's the thing. You'll sit back and be like, "This dude done lost his damn mind." But not once did I say, "Hey, you know what? OJ needs some help."
Nah.
Not once. Because I feel like if you know what you're doing, which clearly he knew what he was doing, he remembered every little bit, as well as Aaron Hernandez. You're not mentally ill.
Nah.
You're a nut job. But just some statistics. We need to notice the warning signs for those who are mentally ill. 50% of cases of mental illness began by the age of 14, and 3/4 began by the age of 24. Now, these are some basic warning signs of, how you can look at a loved one and can tell maybe we need to get them some help. Withdrawal, drop of functionality, they're having problem thinking, increased sensitivity, don't want to participate in anything, they feel disconnected, illogical thinking, nervousness, or their sleep or appetite change. If you guys are living with someone and you notice this starting to become constant all of a sudden, talk to them, guys. Check on them, please. Because to me, man, Jay, the most overlooked and most important thing people miss when they helping out the mentally ill is a real simple task. Very simple. Ask them, how are they doing? Would you like to talk? Like, really simple, guys. Checking on them is everything. And I'm not telling you this from a psychological standpoint, and I talk to I'm telling you this from personal experience.